Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, that is EE Classroom. So from during few days I am unable to upload videos due to my bad physical condition, but from now you will get daily videos which will help you to crack the ZLET exam and as usual the other competitive exam. So before starting the video, my request to you, please do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for further notification. Question number 1 is on your skin, that is temperature coefficient of resistance is expressed in terms of, that is you have to say, choose the correct answer, which is the unit of temperature coefficient of resistance. So option C is the right answer, that is ohms per ohm degree Celsius. Option C is the right answer. Next, question number 2. Which of the following can give negative temperature coefficient? So you have to choose the correct answer, that is from below the which material have the negative temperature coefficient. So option D, electrolyte have the negative temperature coefficient, that is option D will be the right answer. Next, question number 3. Which of the following method can be used for absolute measurement of resistance? This is very easy question, we all know that, and also the important in view of examination. So you have to choose the right option, that is which method is used for measurement of resistance. We all know that option D, that is Wheatstone bridge method is used to measure the resistance. Okay, next, question number 4. So guys, one thing, this question are very selective in terms of examination view, and in this video I only try to cover the basic question only, basic electrical question, but for your better understanding, chapter wise question answer video will also come soon. Okay, so question number 4. Which of the following material has nearly zero temperature coefficient of resistance? So right answer is manganese. Manganese, this is a material which has nearly zero temperature coefficient. Among this material, manganese is has the zero temperature coefficient of resistance. Okay. Next, question number 5. The resistance of human body is around. This is also a very tricky question and also important in view of examination. The resistance of human body is around, so 1000 ohm, that is our human body only can beyond 1000 ohm our human body can't tolerate. So up to 1000 ohm, up to 1000 ohm our human body can tolerate, but beyond this we get electric shock. Okay, so the resistance of human body is 1000 ohms. Okay, very important question. Question number 6. 1 coulomb charge equal the charge on. This is very basic question. Actually in this video I just try to cover the basic question only. 1 coulomb charge equal the charge on. We all know that option D, that is 6.24 into 10 to the power 18 electron, that is 1 coulomb charge equal to 6.24 into 10 to the power 18 electron. Okay, next, question number 7. The resistance of conductor varies inversely as. This is also very important question, and this type of question repeatedly come into the exam. So you have to keep in mind one formula, that is R is equals to rho L by A, where A is the area of cross section, L is the length of the conductor, and R is the resistance of the conductor. So near the question is the resistance of the conductor varies inversely. So we can see this resistance varies inversely with cross area of cross section, that is option B is the right answer. Option B is the right answer. If the question if the question will resistance of conductor varies directly proportional to, then we can say that directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area of cross section. So you have to keep in mind this formula. Okay, next, question number 8. With the rise in temperature, the temperature of semiconductors. Very important question. You have to keep in mind two facts. For semiconductor, if temperature rise, resistance will decrease, and for metal, if temperature increase, resistance will also increase. These two facts you have to keep in mind. For semiconductor, temperature increase, resistance decrease. For metal, if temperature increase, resistance is also increase. So here semiconductor, that means option B, decrease. If temperature increase, rise in temperature, resistance will decrease. Okay, next option, question number 9. Two resistors are said to be connected in series. Two resistors are said to be connected in series when we know that if we connect two resistors in series, both carry the same value of current. That is, same value of current will flow through this. So option B is the right answer. That is, both carry the same value of current. If parallel, if the question is there is parallel, then not both carry the same value of current. There is the value of current will be different. Okay. Next question number 10. Bulb in street light are connected in. That is, we all know that this is very easy question and important too. Parallel. Even not only street lighting, the all the appliances used in our home is also connected in parallel. Okay. So option A will be the right answer. Next, question number 11. Four 100-watt bulb are connected in parallel across 200-volt supply line if one bulb get fused. So I can say if two bulb connected in series. In previous video, I already cleared the parallel and series conception. So if two bulbs connected in series, if one get fused, then also the possibility of other get fused, because these will carry the same current and connected in through a same common line. So if one bulb get fused for series, other will also get fused. But for parallel, if one get fused, rest three bulb will light. Okay, for series, if one bulb get fused, other three bulb will also get fused. But for parallel, if one bulb get fused, rest of three bulb will glow. Okay, option C will be the right answer. So question number 12 is on your screen. Two incandescent light bulbs of 40 watt and 60 watt ratings are connected in series across the main. Then you have to choose the correct answer from below. So the correct answer will be the 40 watt bulb glows brighter. 40 watt bulb glows brighter. Okay. Next, question number 13. Correct form of Ohm's law. Ohm's law is very important, very important, Ohm's law. So for any answer from Ohm's law related question, you have to keep in mind the law. So the mathematical expression of the law is V is equals to IR, where T is constant. T means temperature. So from this mathematical expression V is equals to IR, we can say that option C is right. And also from this mathematical expression, we can say V also directly proportional to I. That means option B is also right. So correct, which will correct option D. That is option B and C both are right. Okay, option D will be the right answer. That is option B and C both are right. Next, question number 14. Ohm's law is not applicable to. Ohm's law is not applicable to. So semiconductor. For semiconductor, Ohm's law is not applicable. Only for metals, Ohm's law is applicable. Ohm's law is not applicable for semiconductor. So for temperature rise, I already said, for temperature rise, properties of the semiconductor, resistance decrease. This is the properties of semiconductor. So Ohm's law is not applicable for semiconductors. Okay. Next, question number 15. Pure metals generally have. We all know that pure metal is good conductor of electricity. So pure metal generally have high conductivity. It should have to high conductivity and large temperature coefficient. Option B is the right answer. So guys, please, if this video is helpful for you, do subscribe my channel and like this video, and also share among your friends. So thank you.